everyone, Steve Crosby here. Welcome to this, our third installment on issues of Ekklesia for Monday Morning Musing. The Ekklesia of God is a dynamic living organism. It is a divine human entity in which the qualities of the life of Jesus find expression in time and space. In antiquity, when people were really pressed to try to give a definition, and like I said earlier, the early church avoided doing it because they were smarter than we are. When they were pressed, they would never answer this question this way. The church is blank, and they would fill it in with a noun. The church is blank. They would fill it in with an action, a verb, because they were trying to capture the dynamic element and that the church doesn't just exist for us. The church exists as the divine human organism to manifest the life of Jesus in the world. And that was the mission. The mission wasn't to preach the Bible. Think about it. The canon took about 400 years for the canon to get settled. Most of the people were illiterate. So how were they so impactful when I guarantee you, they were not reading the Old Testament scriptures. They had the apostolic kerygma, the apostolic declaration I shared with you before, and they were manifesting something in the earth. Why do we even bother going to church? Somebody said it this way. We go to church to love again and again and again and again, to forgive again and again and again and again. The church, the Ekklesia, is to be the incubator of the life of Christ. It's not. It's a living organism that fulfills itself in love. And this is my problem with so much of what's taught about this. Let's say you've discovered the biblical pattern and you're executing it perfectly. You know, the order of your service and such and such. Saints, do you think 1 Corinthians 13 just applies to charismatic nuttiness? If you don't have love, all your organic church priorities are just tinkling brass. Think about it. So you're doing the same loveless stuff that you used to do on a large scale. Now you're doing it on a small scale. Aren't we spiritually progressive? No, we're not. The church is the incubator, the nuclear reactor. The thing about a nuclear chain reaction is it is self-generating in power. It generates itself in power. And that's the way the Ekklesia of God is supposed to be. It is the womb of love. It is the incubator of love. It is the dispenser of love. And if we don't get that first, if I have 6 or 8 people in my living room and we're, doing a service, sitting there waiting for somebody to do something, being, quote, led of the Spirit. But we don't have love. It doesn't matter if it's in a living room or a sanctuary. Listen, if an institutional church's form becomes an obstacle to the manifestation of the undefinable reality of the Ekklesia, you need to shut it down. But if an organic church or a home church becomes an obstacle to the manifestation of the incarnational love of God, shut it down. You're not making any progress. Here's the deal. It's just easier to get your little formulas and run with them because you don't have to do the hard work of learning to forgive, learning to love like Jesus loved. That's hard. And that's why an ecclesia isn't something you can build. I hear that term all the time, especially from apostolic people. Well, we're building this according to the New Testament pattern, building that. Life is not built. It is created, experienced, and expressed. And so whatever conforms itself to those values in my book becomes an ecclesia and nothing else. See you next time.